like it's been a good minute since I last recorded a YouTube video, and that's because it has been a good minute since I last recorded my last YouTube video. And for that fun reason, I'm going to reintroduce myself for those who don't know me. Hi, my name is Hilary Ijieh. I was born in South Africa, and in 2020 I was awarded a Performing Arts Scholarship to the New York Film Academy. I have actually since graduated. But you know, let me go through a quick timeline. January 2020, arrived in LA, super excited. March 2020, lockdown. 2 years after that, a giant question mark. I believe August 2022, I graduated. I got a 4.0 GPA for my Masters in Acting for Film. Yay. And since then, I have been on my OPT grind. What is an OPT? It stands for Operational Practical Training. I hope I'm correct with that one, which allows graduates of a 1-year degree or more to work in the US for up to 1 year. So during my time on my OPT, I've been very fortunate enough to work on a bunch of background sets, a bunch of actual sets. I've done some commercials, I've done some good work, and essentially the plan now, post-graduation, during OPT, was to gain enough credits to be able to apply for my O1 visa, which is the artist visa. That is where I'm at right now. I'm applying for that visa. Super fun, super excited. Not breaking my brain cells bit by bit, not ruining my bank account at all. Honestly, the main reason I'm recording this video is because there was just so much that I wasn't prepared for when I first moved here. I am so lucky that I had the people in my life to kind of direct me down a path of not self-destruction, because if it was up to me, honey, I'd be on the streets. That's again what this video is for. I just wanted to speak about the few things that I think if you are planning to move to LA, if you're planning to move internationally to the States to pursue whatever career, whatever schooling, whatever opportunity do you have, I want to talk about these 5 things for you to keep in mind, because let's just begin. Number 1, and I'm jumping a little ahead here, the importance of credit. I had no idea. Yes, you've heard about it, credit this, you apply for that with credit, blah. Hi, hello, yeah. So just straight off the bat, my description and explanation of credit is just so very, very wrong. Essentially, credit, as far as I understand it, is just a system for measuring how good you are at paying money you owe, whether that refers to car payments, bills, rents, those type of things, right? And essentially, the more things you pay back on time, the better your credit gets, and then vice versa. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't really know exactly what credit is, and if you're genuinely looking for more information on the topic, I urge you to consult another source other than me. It is not me. Okay? Thank you. I'm gonna let Hilary carry on saying what she was about credit, but please understand that it's not completely right, and to please consult Google Love. Your credit is needed to apply for apartments. Your credit can be used for your phone. Your credit can be used for essentially anything. It's your value in the country. It really isn't, but essentially it is. I'm obviously explaining this from someone who doesn't really understand credit but has 2 credit cards. Another thing I'd say is the second you get your social security card, which you get after graduating, the second you get your social security card, apply for a credit card. I'm not talking about something crazy. I got the Capital One one. It's this basic package, no annual fees, very low stake credit card. Point number 2, and this obviously doesn't come as a shock to anyone, Los Angeles is an expensive city. And Hilary, I know you know, but please understand this. As an international, you are not allowed to work. I can just work at Starbucks, first of all. Second of all, no, you cannot work anywhere that's not in the industry you are applying for. So for me as an actor, during my let's even start before that. During my studies, I couldn't work anywhere that wasn't on campus. Post-graduation, during your OPT, as an actor, all I can do is acting related jobs. Can't go work at Starbucks. This is a very fun and expensive city. You're going to want to do things, and I don't even mean see every single performance of every single artist you like, which is something you want to do because this is LA. I mostly mean Ubers. That's it. Uber is expensive here. If you're moving here, God, please have a source of income that's not yours. Straight up, just gonna tell you, not gonna go too much into it, but like your OPT application fee is like 4 something, and then your O1 application fee with the help of a lawyer can easily start around like 6K. Yeah, $6,000. Like, I've watched a lot of people go home. A lot of my friends go home because they weren't prepared to pay $6,000 at the end of your OPT. Where as an actor am I supposed to gain 6K without financial aid or help? Which is again why I say, have rich parents. Point number 3. Transportation in LA is expensive, no matter what route you decide to go. If you can ultimately afford to get like a car, do that. Be prepared to pay the obscene fees that is, I don't know, LA car insurance. I don't have a car, so I don't know what to tell you about that. If you can't and Uber's your way forward, great. Enjoy the surges though. If you've decided, like me, I don't need an Uber everywhere, I don't need a car, I'll just take public transport. It's good enough. Does that make sense? It's good enough. I've been able to get everywhere that I've needed to go, but the way I plan for these excursions is crazy. It takes me at least 40 minutes to get anywhere that's not within my direct proximity. You know what I mean? The buses, they're good enough. The metros, they just added a bunch of lines going X, Y, and Z places. They will get you places, but you have to prepare and set time aside to get to said places. Oh, don't take the metro at night if you can help it, because the public transport system at night, it's a little dodgy. It's a little dodgy. I didn't think I would ever see a man do methamphetamine in front of me, but I sat behind someone and I was like, oh, LA, oh. This, honestly, maybe this isn't the biggest point. They ID you everywhere here. You know, you can't, it's not like South Africa where you can just slip a quick little 50. Not that anyone would even do that. If you want to enjoy a social life in LA, you're most likely going to need to take some form of ID. And a lot of bars, clubs, whatever, they don't love accepting non-government state IDs. Passports are great. Your EAD card is great. But when I had the opportunity, I applied for a state ID because, and maybe it's just me, the anxiety of carrying my passport or my EAD anywhere would make me not have a good time. I've taken my South African drivers out and they usually accept it, but sometimes they don't. All I really want to say is apply for a state ID because you have no business taking your passport everywhere, you know what I mean? Imagine, imagine you lost, I can't even talk about it. I had to apply for my Nigerian passport and the only places I could go to was New York, Washington, and some other third place. Funny enough, very quick side story, and maybe I'll record a video on how to apply for your Nigerian passport in the US. But luckily I'd watched a YouTube video beforehand saying that I needed like this, right? And I didn't know that. I went to the post office, I got one, and then I ran off to my appointment. Like 8 people behind me was like, what's that? And I was like, oh honey, to allow them to send your application off. I've never heard such a united what? Oh my god, long story short guys, just get a state ID. I don't think it's worth taking your passport out and about personally, but that's just me. That's really just me. I have friends that take it, they have no problem and they are fine. Me personally, I'll myself. Okay, point 5, and this is a little bit of a serious one. I was not prepared for the mental toll that moving to Los Angeles and pursuing a career in performing arts / acting would have on me. Yes, I took it into, hold on, before I carry on with this point, I want to glossify my lips up just a little bit more because I need y'all to hear me. Y'all, LA is tough. LA is really tough, and you have to deal with so many egos in this industry, and it's fine if you keep your head on straight, you're good. But you can, if you don't have a strong foundation, you really can just be swept up in all of it. I don't necessarily even mean like all the glitz and glam of LA. I just mean someone with conviction tells you to do this, you follow them, they lead you down a path of somewhere that they don't even know where they're going, but they have you behind them and they take you there. Now you're fucked. Or you don't believe in yourself, so you just never take the first step into the opportunities that would have opened the door. Or you don't decide to post on social media because you're a little shy of being seen. Or just you don't go out for auditions because, oh my god, that means I have to audition in front of people. You're going to be perceived, and that can be tough. Because I remember they got to a point where I hated posting on social media because people were telling me like, Hilary, it looks like you're doing so well, but realistically I was doing well, yes, but I was also mourning my dad's passing, and I couldn't, it started to feel so like disingenuous posting like, look at me on set, when on set I went to the bathroom to cry. You know, like I don't want to talk necessarily about, I know I had hardships like dealing with my dad's passing, so that's not necessarily what I'm trying to say here. I just mean that I think ultimately when you move to LA, you have to set your expectations correctly. Honey, you're not going to get discovered in a coffee shop. Sure, that happens. Of course that happens. It might not happen to you though, and I need you to be ready to fight, to push through your own personal journeys, to submit your auditions on time. There was this one time I had to film a self-tape that was due in like an hour, and I live in a very busy place in LA, and there was a protest happening at that time, and I was like, yes, like fight the power, obviously, but like shh, like I have an audition due in an hour, and I had to work around that, and that takes a lot of patience. And then all of a sudden you have to go back into your acting moment. It's not easy. It's really not easy. It's not impossible, but it's not easy, and you can do it. That's the other thing that I want to reiterate. As hard as I've been telling you, like, yes, there's a lot of mental things that you have to prepare for, but I also want to say that it does become worth it. You really do just grow, and your resilience grows, and your tolerance for uncomfortability grows, and your patience for others grows. And if you don't work on things like that, if you don't work on being able to take a step back, to breathe, if you are not able to self-regulate, if you are not able to find a way to self-regulate your emotions in high moments of stress where you are being observed, you're being picked at, you're being looked at immediately, if you're not able to catch yourself, take a deep breath and push forward. The city will eat you up. Be realistic with yourself. Look at yourself, look into yourself and say, am I doing the best that I can right now? And if you're not, that's okay. Just understand that someone is doing their best. And if this isn't your opportunity, please don't beat yourself up. Oh, I could have done. No, that's not the point. I'm just trying to say, be realistic with yourself. If you know that this audition that you submitted, you were distracted, and it was loud noise, you just weren't in the right headspace, give yourself that grace as well. Like, please forgive yourself for not trying your best but doing your best in said circumstances. Maybe that's what I'm really trying to say, is just to give yourself grace. This is a very hard, tricky industry you're entering if you're pursuing film and performing arts. Give yourself grace. It's not easy. It's kind of hard, and life also still happens. Like, you still have to deal with breakups, arguments, maybe you don't have enough money, maybe housing's not easy to obtain, maybe you have a fucking horrible roommate. Like, life also still happens. I want you guys to find yourself a good support system or a hobby to bring you peace, maybe another creative avenue for you to express yourself in. If you paint, or if you read, or if you do whatever, keep that, really hold on to it, because you need to remind yourself that you are not just talent to be observed, not just someone to be perceived. You're also a human being who has likes. Maybe you like cooking, maybe you like roller skating, I don't know. Just like, understand that this isn't easy, and wherever you can give yourself grace, give it to yourself, girly. Okay, so I actually have no idea how many points I'm on right now, but I did want to just say one more thing. I think I'm on the 6th one right now. Point number 6, no one prepares you for how big LA is. There's always something happening. There's always something you can do with friends. It's so loud and vibrant and crazy and a little sad. You can literally go 10 minutes in any direction and you'll find something completely new. You'll eat somewhere completely different. You'll experience something completely out of your own world. LA has so much space for everyone. Y'all, what should have been maybe a $20 Uber almost cost me, I took the metro, almost cost me $65 because I wanted to drive during peak traffic time. I lied. LA is actually at its capacity because there's not even enough space on the roads for more cars. LA loves everyone. Whenever people ask me like what's the best thing about LA, I always tell them that this is just the perfect place for my career. I've lived here for 4 years now. The first 2 years I was in the pandemic and I just got to watch out of my window, the Scientology building. Oh, they're putting up their Christmas tree. Oh my god, tip number 6.5, don't go to the Christmas exhibition shows at the Scientology building. Oh honey, it's a scam. Oh, don't go. If you see, when I first got here, I was super excited. I think I was like day 3, and this guy in this very nice suit offered to me. He came up to me and he was like, do you want to go see a play? And I was like, oh my god, LA is so great. A play? I would love that. He took me into the goddamn Scientology building and like it led me down this like lonely hallway, and then I saw at the end that there was a theater and there was like 2 people sitting there. I was like, oh, here it is. And I was just like, oh, you know what? I forgot that I actually just don't want to be here, and I left. Don't be naive. That's point 6.5. But to go back to point 6, I have grown. I hate this point. I've grown so much as a person here. Like, I've matured so much. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned patience, resilience. I've learned so much about other people. And it's great. It's great. It's just... But just love the space you're in all aspects of this word. And maybe this does add a little bit to the previous point. But like, just love the space you're in. Take a deep breath. You're okay. I think. I hope. I don't know. I'm not okay. But like, you are okay. So that's okay. Alright, I believe that this is the end of this YouTube video. My first one in like 2 years. That's actually crazy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that my thoughts weren't all over the place. I acknowledge that I haven't been here in like 2-ish years, and it's not easy, the life that has happened to anyone. And so I don't have, and so you know, I'm not a therapist. I don't know what I'm telling you guys right now, but just, okay, you know what, please like and subscribe to my channel. Check out my other social media accounts. I believe they'll be in the bio. If you have any questions about this OPT life that I've done, please just put the comments down below. Like, I'm going to try get back to them very quickly, or slide in my DMs. A lot of people have actually just DM'd me about like my opinion on IFA and, you know, how I got the visa application process going, and I'm here to help you guys, I guess. So yeah, feel free to DM me if you guys have any questions, and or leave comments down below and I'll check them out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm back, baby. Hopefully indefinitely, and I'll take that. All right. Ooh. Okay, this is an extra point. You know, like in the SNL skit, the Californians one, where they're like, dude, you gotta just take the 101, get off at La Brea, then you're gonna take a turn at the, like, that was a very bad example of what this clip. You know this clip?
Maybe you should get going before Stuart gets home.
Right. I was thinking I'd take Candy View Driver to San Vicente, and then make a left and go on 405 North. From there, just get off Mulholland.
Totally like that.
Without the horrible Valley Girl accent. People like LA speak like that here. If one more person tells me, oh, just get off on the corner of Vine and La Brea, I don't even know if that's correct, by the way, or jump off at Hollywood and Highland, sweetie, I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? Like, do you have the address? Like, what do you mean I gotta take the 202 down all the way to... God, I can't even, like, give the example because I don't know the street names here. Tip number 7, learn the street names here because people really do speak like that here. I thought it was a jokey joke. Kind of is, but also it's not. Alright, okay, that's my last point. Bye again.